Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Guild Wars 1 Let's Play. We are here in Nafwi Quarter. Although it appears just to be another Caning city's numerous slum districts, the Nafwi Quarter is actually home to the Adepts who serve Soon, the mysterious oracle, the Mist. Within these slums, they say the words and teachings of the oracle while protecting the downtrodden in secret. If you wish to become close to the stars, this is the place to begin. So we're here to become closer to the stars so we can actually see Shiro, because actually seeing the bad guy you're supposed to be fighting is apparently important. This mission is kind of interesting in that, so there's 4 Celestials you have to beat, essentially, in order to finish the mission. And you essentially get the option of 4 paths to take, but the path is more of like a big semicircle, so it's only really good to choose either left or right. Whenever you kill one of the Celestials, though, the difficulty of the mission increases. This is what this dude is talking about here. So, ideally, I have always gotten left first, because the left Celestial is basically the least annoying. So, you're going to have to fight, essentially, its spawn after it dies. You'll see very quickly what I mean. But basically, you're going to have to fight versions of it. Versions of the boss at, like, lower, not quite as strong. So it's best to go with the easiest boss first. I do love how this mission has this purple tint to it, though. Pretty cool. It's unique to this mission. Let's try to pull them back just so you don't have to deal with everything at once. Yes, these are the Celestials we need to kill. This is the first one. One of 4. I actually don't know if there's any reason that the Tengu are here. There's a Tengu group nearby. So see this Essence of Kieran? So basically, these little things spawn and they have the same skills as their big counterparts. So this is why you go in one of the orders. You go either far left or far right, so you don't have to backtrack through these things as well. Now, I've always gone this way because the monk tends to, like, it has a knockdown skill, which is annoying, but the other far end is a mesmer, and the mesmer has AoE interrupts. So, I don't know, it's kind of like, would you rather have the single, the knockdown or the AoE interrupts? And I kind of generally choose the knockdown. I feel like it's less annoying. But as I was saying, I'm not sure there's an actual reason that the Tengu are here. There is like a Tengu clan nearby, but they're friendly, so I don't know why these aggressive Tengu are here. But I love this mission just because of, like, the location. I love running across the rooftops. I just think that's so cool. And, like, that's one of the cool things about the setting of, like, the layered city, is the fact that you could do stuff like this, like have us run across rooftops and be down and below where light doesn't reach and stuff like that. Just a lot of cool stuff. It actually gives me, now that I've played the Final Fantasy VII remake, it actually does give me Midgar vibes. Kind of like a low-tech version of Midgar. I hope I'm going the right way, because there's actually some wrong ways you can go. But I think we're going the right way. Oh, there are little markings for these guys, so it's actually... Yeah, okay. It's not that bad. Also, the Celestials, I believe they respawn if you take too long. So you do also want to kind of be quick when you can. I am just getting freaking blasted. Eventually, I might show off one or two other Ritualist builds. Sadly, most of the Ritualist builds, since it is a class based on just spawning spirits, a lot of the builds tend to be pretty boring, like just spamming spirits. So that's kind of why I went with this build, but if this build does give me problems at any point, I'll swap. Alright, now we spawn the essences of the turtle. Essences? S-I? Essences. We go with essences, that sounds right. And like I said, these are all also actually miniatures you can acquire from the various years of Lunar Fortunes, which are a consumable, basically, that players use. They give you, like, there's like a little single-use consumable, and they give you some, like, gold or, like, some random little things. The main reason people use them, though, or use them, is that they can actually give you a permanent +1 attribute bonus as long as you're in a zone, which can be useful for certain endgame content. So because of that, they tend to be quite expensive, so at least back in the day, these miniatures were actually quite valuable from the Lunar Fortunes, but over time, as people have used more and more Lunar Fortunes, they dropped in value. And one cool thing they did a while ago is they actually made it so they're originally, like, you know, while the game was mainly being developed, there was only something like, I don't know the exact number in my head, but it's something like, actually, is this the right way? I feel like this isn't the right way, but maybe I'm wrong. There's something like 6 or 7 of these Celestials miniatures, but as time went on, they added more and more, and eventually yeah, this is the wrong way. This would be where, like, you pop out if you, see, there's the portal. This is where you pop out if you took that portal. Eventually they just added all of them, one of the years. Instead of, like, waiting each individual year, they added, like, a way to get all of them. We want to go this way. But yeah, those are cool miniatures. I think I have 1 or 2, so I might show them off, in, like, the next episode or something if I remember. But they're pretty cool. They're made out of stars and they're like constellation-y. I don't know. I was never much of a miniature collector in this game. I kind of just had whichever ones I thought looked cool. So these were one of the ones that I had actually quite a few of them. Yeah, so this mission kind of ramps up in difficulty as you keep going, as there's more and more of these essences that spawn. So packs slowly get bigger and bigger, basically. You could, like, theoretically, if you could find a way to duo each of the spirits, like, which there probably is a way to duo them, but, like, you know, if you could find a relatively easy way to do it, you probably could split up into groups of 4 and just kill them all at the same time and not have to deal with a running between them or any of the essence spawns. Which would be kind of interesting way to do it. There's a pick die back there. Okay. Not that those are particularly rare, but I don't know. I like to collect dice. Yeah, the purple glow around this entire mission is pretty cool. It makes it feel super unique, as well as a unique skybox, which is pretty... now that I'm realizing it, looking at it, it's actually the same skybox that's on the Celestial weapons, which are like the kind of the rare drops from some of these mobs and some of the other things in this area of the game. Relatively popular weapon set back in the day. I know there are definitely periods of time where I specifically seeked out some of the weapons because they were pretty cool. Kind of eventually moved past them as I got more and more wealth. I was able to afford nicer and nicer skins, but for relatively cheap skins, they were pretty cool. Especially like the bow and the sword I remember using quite a bit. The shields are pretty cool too. Here's Tamu, the dragon. This is arguably the hardest of them, which is another reason why it's good to go this way. Is because you want to do this guy relatively late. At least I generally found him to be the hardest. He's just an elementalist, so he does quite a bit of damage. I think he also uses Ride the Lightning. I think that's his elite, which is a pretty cool elite from this. No, he uses Lightning Surge, my bad. I thought he uses Ride the Lightning. Alright, so now his spirits have spawned. Huh? That was weird. It said I had not enough energy despite having over double the actual cost of the spell. A little weird. But yeah, as you can see now, these packs are much, much larger. Quite a bit more dangerous. I'm probably just gonna die here and end up getting rezzed. Yep. Yay! Death is only the beginning. 33 death penalty, not even close. Maybe face planting into the packs is not the best decision. Am I gonna keep doing it? Yes. Because it's fun. And because it's how my build works. Alright, we're coming up on the last one here. I definitely want to do this mission relatively quick because, like I said, these spirits actually do respawn over time, I believe. So you don't want to be like mid-pack and have these things respawn on you. I was talking in a previous episode about how factions started this thing where a lot of missions would eventually have explorable area versions of them. The explorable area of this mission, it's not the same, like, you know, area that we're in for the mission, generally. But it's got a lot of cool stuff in it. Like, there's a really cool tree, which may sound weird, but yeah, there's a really cool tree. There's a level 20 pet that I believe you can actually tame. It's like one of the boss's pets, and if you kill him, I believe you can steal it, but I could be wrong about that. And there's like a section of the city that's actually burning. It's like a really cool effect. It's only used for this like area that's in this explorable zone that you never have like any story reason to go to. It shows just like there's a lot of like, you know, interesting and cool, unique hidden. It's not hidden, but like unique settings and, you know, assets made for places that, you know, aren't even necessarily important to the story, or not important, but aren't, you know, on the critical path, which is cool. I like it. Gives you something to do. Later in the game, I'll definitely show it off. There's a, because I think we'll be walking by it. There's a really cool thing in the Jade Sea that I want to remember to show off. I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but it's pretty cool. I probably should have somebody with some protection magic, to be completely honest with you. Like, even if it's just one of my monk mesmers, just chucking like Prot Spirit or something on them. Since you do tend to take a ton of damage. I'm really the only one on my team that has death penalty though, so it's not a big deal. But yeah. Yeah, look at this. Costs 10. Not enough energy. Weird. Maybe that's a bug with dying with something in your hand. Alright, now here's a cool part of this. We don't actually have to fight the entire thing. We just bow the final boss and kill him, and the mission will end. So you sure as heck bet I'm cheesing this. Yeah, he has... Oh, does he only have a single target interrupt? Maybe you should go this way first, then. I don't know. Either go left to right or right to left. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's the end of the mission.
I see that I have underestimated you.
I'll say.
Forgive my harshness. There are those who take the power of the stars for granted.
The Celestial Ministry, perhaps?
I see you have encountered them already.
Unfortunately.
They're bureaucrats.
The Ministry are nothing more than an overfed bunch of paper pushers, good for little other than playing parlor tricks at a Naga cub's birthday party. Well, you'll understand then when I don't welcome all of those who come looking to become closer to the stars. Now you will excuse me. I have much work to do.
But
Go talk to an adept.
Go talk to an adept. So ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, that you could actually kind of see that tree I was talking about on the right over there. No. I wish we could get that female or this armor. I actually really like this armor. I really like a lot of the NPC armor in this game. Uh-oh. Maybe start running. Maybe start running yesterday. Uh-oh, there's Shiro up there. Oh, jeez, those things are horrifying. Oof. Oh, those are like spirits.
Are you an envoy? Yes.
Are you here to take us to eternal paradise?
You're not going to paradise.
What are you going to do with us?
I'm going to make you into my soldiers. You're going to fight for me.
We won't do it! You can't make us!
You will do whatever I tell you. Kneel. Bow before your new master.
All right. So that was something we kind of already knew, but yeah, that kind of just basically confirms that Shiro is in fact the one that is making the afflicted. He's, as you know, using his position basically as an envoy to be able to like mess around people's spirits and turn them into his soldiers. One thing we've unlocked now is actually the ability to change our secondary profession. This is essentially the equivalent of when we ascended in the desert in the previous campaign. Is essentially what we did now. But I'm actually gonna go show you what I was talking about with the whole burning city thing, as we don't really have enough time, or we don't really, you know, I don't really want to put the next quest in here because the next quest is quite a bit, is relatively long, and I don't necessarily want to end right now. So, weird. Enjoy the filler content. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. It's a really cool effect. I think it's worth showing off because, like, especially if you've never done vanquishing, like I said, there's very few reasons to ever come through here. So, if you've never come back through here for vanquishing or something like that, this may be something you missed. Also, it's a relatively danger-free walk as well. So. Are they different levels? They are different levels. Alright. Yeah, so here it is. Entire section of the city that's just burning and on fire. I don't know, I always thought this was super cool the first time I found it. Let's like argue there's some fighting here. Oh, I'm gonna die. Kill these guys real quick. Well, there we go, now Don Toro leveled up. Let's go. Just in case I ever need to grab materials right now. But yeah. I don't know, I always thought this was really cool. It's like something that you don't really see, like I said, if you go along the critical path. I don't know. Just kind of want to show it off. But anyway, that's going to be the end of today's episode. I want to thank you for coming out, and I hope you have a great day. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.